Hi, welcome to Software Testing MP3 classes by Himanshu Satpathy from Odisha, Bhubaneswar. Today, today topic is user acceptance testings. You know, software testings comes under four levels: unit testing, integration testings, then system testing, and user acceptance testings. We have covered unit testing, integration testings, system testing in previous chapters or previous videos. Now we have to learn what is user acceptance testing. After the completions of software testing, we have to comes under user acceptance testing. It will initiated after completions of software testing only. It is a process of testing conducted an application to check application is running for user or not, which is carried out by client and business analysts. It is a process of testing conducted on applications to check application is running for user or not, which is carried out by client and business analyst. User acceptance testing conducted at two levels. One is alpha and another is beta. Alpha testing and beta testing. What is alpha testing? Alpha testing is best suitable for project. It is best suitable. It is also called as past level of the user interface. Alpha testing conducted at development premises. Alpha testing is always performed by developer and business analyst and customers, and it is not open to the market. Alpha testing conducted by virtual environment, and alpha testing conducted in the user acceptance with particular customers. Alpha testing, while conducting alpha testing, if any problems occur, immediately fixed by developers. And beta testing, it is best suitable for products. It is now so called as last level of user acceptance testing. Beta testing conducted at client side premises, always performed by only clients. It is open to the market. Beta testing conducted by real-time environment. It is conducted in user acceptance with multiple customers. While performing beta testing, if any problem occurs, update into next versions. Let's check what is the difference between alpha testing and beta testing. You have to write alpha testing in left side and beta testing right side. Under alpha testing, it is best suitable for project. Under beta testing, it is best suitable for products. Under alpha testing, next it is also called as fast level of user acceptance testing. In beta testing, it is called as last level of user acceptance testing. Alpha testing conducted at development premises, but beta testing conducted on client side premises. Alpha testing always performed by developer and business analysts and customers, but beta testing always performed by client only. Alpha testing is not open to the market, but beta testing is open to the market. Alpha testing conducted by virtual environment. Beta testing conducted by the real-time environment. Alpha testing conducted in the user acceptance with particular customers, but beta testing conducted user acceptance with multiple customers. Alpha testing conducted if any problem occurs, immediately fixed by developers, but when at the beta testing types, if any problem occurs, updated into next versions. These are the user acceptance testings. User testings comes under two types: alpha testing and beta testings. Hi, welcome to Software Testing MP3 classes by Himanshu Satpathy from Odisha, Bhubaneswar. This topic is going to principles, software testing principles. What are the software testing principles? There are 7 principles of software testings. First is testing shows presence of defects, then exhaustive testings, then early testings, then defect clusterings, then pesticide paradox, then testing is context depending, then absence of error fallacy. 7 principles. First one principle is testing shows presence of defects. Second one is exhaustive testings. Third one is early testings. Fourth one is defect clustering. Fifth is pesticide paradox. Sixth, testing is context depending. Then seventh, absence of error fallacy. First, software testing principles. First principle is testing shows presence of defects. That is, we cannot say 100% test defect is clear. Testing can show the defects are present or not, but cannot prove that there is no defect. After testing the application, 100% defect-free software is impossible. Then exhaustive testing everything, including all combination of inputs. If we test a functionality with all possible inputs, positive inputs, is called exhaustive testing. If it requires huge resources at a time. Due to this reason, the exhaustive testing is impossible. Then early testing. In the software development life cycle or SDLC testing, activities should be started as early as possible. Then defect clustering. What is defect clustering? Sometimes small modules will produce more numbers of defects when compared with bigger functionality. At that time, we need to more concentrating on that type of risky module. Then pesticide paradox. Prepared test cases are if not unable to produce any defects. Prepared test cases are if not unable to produce any defects. Again, analyzing requirements. Add some more test cases or modify existing test cases. Confirm testing to finding defects. Then next principle is testing is context depending. Testing is basically context depending. Different kinds of application tested differently. So for example, if it is ATM application, performance, security, database testing. If it is a look and feel websites, then perform GUI, graphical user interface testing, functional testing, user testing. Then next or final principles, absence of error fallacy. Finding defects and resolving defects. When the defects are no use, if developer produce is not reachable to the customer requirements, then at that time absence of error policy. Again, what are these software testing principles? Testing shows presence of defects, exhaustive testings, early testings, defect clusterings, pesticide paradox. Testing is content depending. Then absence of error policy. Again, absence of error policy. Then testing is content depending. Then pesticide paradox. Then defect clustering, early testing, exhaustive testing. Then testing shows presence of defects. Thank you very much for encouraging me and for liking and sharing my YouTube video channels. Bye bye. Take care.